Okay, what's your name again? Well, it looks like the big bang.
Hi, Jim. I don't hear you.
Oh, well, let me see.
Okay, I think I hear you better now. Yeah.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah. Now, my software I know works when I do the recording. If I initiate the call, I'm worried if it doesn't, work if you initiate the call. So you're in San Diego, or where are you?
San Diego, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a good place to grow plants, huh?
Well, it's a difficult place to irrigate plants.
So is your background horticulture or something, or you're just an entrepreneur?
I'm a Fields and Waves engineer.
Oh,
my education is I majored in engineering with emphasis in Fields and Waves, and
emphasis in what?
Design chips for satellites.
Oh.
For satellite communication, and then then moved to San Diego and found that I couldn't put the right amount of water in the soil to water my grass. I was either overwatering, underwatering. It was either dying or flooded. And that's really what prompted us to do it.
Really? So your option wasn't just to pave the whole thing, huh?
Well, no. The CCNRs wouldn't allow it.
Where's home originally?
Born in Los Angeles,
Oh.
Grew up in Eugene, Oregon,
Wow.
and ended up raising a family or having a family here in San Diego.
I see. You haven't finished raising them yet. I guess you edited it yourself.
So one's done, one's in college right now, and one's a senior in high school. So
I see. Oh, yeah. No, you still got a payroll there.
Especially out-of-state tuition is quite spectacular.
Oh. So where's he going?
So Leanna goes to school at Purdue University.
Oh, cool.
My eldest went to school at Berkeley, and my son just got admitted to IU. We don't know if he's going to go there yet.
Oh, really?
We're in the process of looking at colleges for him.
Is he IU? I mean, isn't that a big techie engineering place, or?
So IU's more business than engineering.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's gonna go the business route. Both my girls. So the one at Berkeley is also engineering. Electrical engineering, computer science was her major. And my middle daughter is going into environmental engineering. So.
Wow. You mean you have two women in engineers and you couldn't get money for them? Or what?
Time's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
How do you get money, right?
Yeah.
And when it requires you to spend time to do something to get that money. And my wife and I are both engineers, so
oh, really? Wow.
Money and time wasn't an issue.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Now, I just know that, boy, they're dying for engineers, women. Google's throwing money at women programs, and everybody's trying to get more women into engineering or coding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my daughter. So one of the interesting things is that I've learned with children in colleges and things. It seems colleges all have a specific bent. So, for instance, I have a niece that went to college that wanted to go into business, but the college she went to had an emphasis on psychology.
Mm.
So within a year and a half, she went from a business major into the psychology major.
Really? Wow.
And one of the interesting things about Berkeley is Berkeley graduates a lot of teachers, and my daughter. After graduating is, continuing to do philanthropic efforts toward women, right? So she supports groups like Women Who Code and other things like
really?
that. So,
oh, good for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you say, so Berkeley, is that part of the California system or not? I forget.
It is.
It is.
It is.
I see. So you're not paying private, but anything is expensive nowadays. I mean, the state tuition seemed to be going up and up, because.
Yeah, we started paying X at Berkeley, and her freshman year, and by her senior year, we were paying 2X.
Wow, it doubled in 4 years.
It doubled in 4 years, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I had one boy go to our state, Maryland, and he's in engineering. And then another boy went to a small private school. But what I learned from him is that what you do is you aim low and you get money. Especially these private. Yeah, there's no such thing as a sticker price. I mean, there's a sticker, it seems. Yeah. And
well, so you're looking at a couple at a family who's paid the sticker price.
Right. but I mean, that's true in the public schools, but the private schools I'm talking not the for-profit, but the private. Now, for-profits to me are gangsters. But aside from that, the private schools, Harvard on down, Yeah. So that seems to be the sticker price. Nobody really pays, and they're all competing, for students. So they'll, if they want you, they give you money, no matter what your income too, because they're trying to fill some demographic. Who knows what?
I got my boy is a pitcher, and we're hoping to.
Oh, really? Wow.
That he gets that somebody that's. This is off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. No, I am taping that. Wait, so,
okay. Then I'll leave it at that.
Right. But you seem to get a little emotional there too. It sounded like good stuff.
Yeah. Well.
So how long have you been in the gardening business then?
Wow. So about 2 years. So.
But right, we are off air. I'm not taping. I'm just putting it on Google Live and see people. Now, okay. but I'm going to tape about 5-7 minutes when we get the go signal here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, my front yard, I could never keep the right amount of water in the soil. And I have a friend that we go out drinking beers, and we'd always complain about our sprinkler systems. Never worked.
That's a Southern California thing. You complain about your sprinkling systems.
You kind of do out here. So about 2 years ago, we decided we'd do something about it, and we I don't even have it here, but we took a Bic pen. So right. we made some experiments on how do you measure soil moisture, and so we made some experiments. The one that was successful was made out of some speaker wire and a Bic pen, the plastic container out of a Bic pen.
What was the first part? I lost a little bit. What speaker wire or something? What?
Speaker wire and a Bic pen.
Wow, speaker wire and a Bic pen.
Yeah, and so we.
That's the secret sauce, huh?
Well, that was our Rev 1 prototype. Yeah. And so we did some experiments, and it was kind of funny because the equipment that I'm used to using to design high frequency electronics is very expensive, and typically it's a $50,000 to $100,000 piece of gear measured, magnitude and angle of impedance as a function of frequency. And so I know the CEO of a company down here, and I said, hey Jim, can you let me borrow your lab for a little while? And he said, sure, come on by. So this lab, has millions of dollars of equipment in it, and here we are dragging soil that is smelly, right? It was our first pass. We used manure-based soil. I see. Which doesn't smell good. And then if you stick things in and out of the soil, what happens? You get dirt everywhere. So here, just the cables that connect up to this device are probably $10,000.
Wow.
A cable. So I've got cables connecting up to connectors that we have on our test bed. And either way, so we made a huge mess in his lab, but we were real good, and we tried to clean up after ourselves. And so that's kind of the beginning, the origin of the company. And if you look at our video, you see that in cartoon. Right. We try to bring.
No, I like your cartoon person. I'm working on some cartoons myself now too, and I said, you use cartoons in a nice way because it depicts you guys, doing this in a fun way.
Yeah, I was real fortunate to find a group of people in Amish land. Where is that? In in
Pennsylvania or
Pennsylvania,
Ohio?
yes.
Yeah, right.
And that's the group that
Really?
built the video for us and
Wow.
did the cartoons, and it was really lots of fun.
Yeah, I think my guy's in Indonesia or somewhere.
Oh well, your guys probably have, I think, a lot less expensive than mine.
No, I mean, but you guys, yeah, no, it was very effective, I think, the way you used the cartoons, because with you there, then it was obvious these cartoons were you guys, you know,
Yeah.
and that was very nice. And then instead of you dramatizing something, you know,
Yeah.
you still be lousy actors no matter what the hell you did, right? And so they just made it human and fun, you know, so that was a clever idea.
And yeah, so anybody's first time in front of a camera, I'll tell you, it's you think it's simple, and it's not.
Oh no, I think it's a generational thing. You know, I was the same way. I mean, now I'm very comfortable and I love it and everything. But in the beginning, man, I was terrible trying to, you know, act like my mother would think I was okay. You know,
Right.
and but now I see, like, at least with my kids are like 30 now, and they've been in front of a camera the whole life. I figure that they've had camera phones their whole life, and everybody's been in front of cameras. So it means nothing to them. Yeah, us, at least me, I'm 70. You know, and it was like, you know, a camera was, you know, like going to church or something. You know, that you had to be so self-conscious. You know.
Right. Yeah. No, you could see that in pictures of our family. Our oldest originally would not go in front of a camera.
Oh.
And so she would now get close to the camera, and the young ones, if you bring a camera out, they all give out their camera face.
I say, so do I.
Okay, there you go.
So are you still doing other things, or is this what you're doing full time now?
So Digital Spring is a company. So we designed a sensor, and our sensor is very similar to a time domain reflectometry sensor.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Basically, what we do is we measure the characteristic impedance of. What we do is we measure the dielectric constant of soil.
Okay, now you lost me a little bit on
that?
some of those words.
So the dielectric constant of air is 1, and the dielectric constant of water is about 73. And you can see this dielectric constant change by, if you took a pole and put a pole in a pool. Notice when you look in the pool, that pole bends.
Right.
That's due to the dielectric constant changing.
How do you spell that word, dialectic?
Dielectric.
Dielectric. I see. Consonant.
Constant.
I see.
It's a fixed variable for different materials.
I see. Huh. Dialectic constant. Huh. Interesting. And let's see. Where were we on that? You were. Oh, you're doing other work now.
So the dielectric constant. So the speed of light travels at some
given rate, right?
Times the speed of light.
Right.
The velocity of the speed of light is equal to the dielectric constant of the medium that's transmitting in times the speed of light. To give you an idea of where this thing comes from.
Wow.
So what we do is we create an electromagnetic field around a device, around a transducer, and let me get one here. This is a picture of just the transducer itself.
Ah, right. I saw it in the video. Yeah.
So you can think of this as 2 antennas,
and
we create an electromagnetic field around this. What we do is we put it inside a plastic, like here's a DAISY sensor. We stick this circuit. This circuit board is inside this plastic, and we measure the fields. We excite a field, and then when we measure, we've got something called a transducer, and our transducer creates a field and gives us a frequency to measure. We measure, and that frequency is related to of the medium that this thing is inserted in.
Now, it sounds like it'd be very, worthwhile commercially, and not just for the consumer. I mean,
it is. It is. So, so we've got this. So this specific sensor. The really cool thing about this is, this is made out of FR4, and it's just printed FR4. And we have some electronics, and in very large volume, we can drive the price down.
I see.
Very far. But today, if you would buy a time domain reflectometry sensor, which measures the dielectric constant of the soil, you're going to spend a good $1,000.
Really?
In the farming industry, yes.
Wow.
And so we're building. So this is our professional version. This is Echo Pro. If you can see that.
Right.
And this is designed for measuring, for municipalities and small farms and things like that.
Wow.
In the commercial market.
So 1,000, what is yours versus that 1,000 you feel it will be at?
Daisy right now on our Kickstarter is $15.
Right. Would that be the size of the?
Which is the exact sensor as our professional version sensor.
Wow.
And
so in other words, you got the current technology was $1,000 to monitor this, and you got it down to 15. Yeah,
we got it down to 15.
Wow. I mean, aren't there like Nobel Prizes for this kind of stuff or something?
Well, you have to prove it out, and you have to get into the market. And we're doing business with some big ag companies right now. Some very large ag is very interested in our sensors. When you get into the ag space, there's a in addition to having the sensor, you have to have all the stuff around the sensor to do something with. So it's going to take us a while to actually get into production in that space. And although the sensors will be available all of our products should be available for sale in June, the ag stuff is another year.
I see. So now your product now, so you figure you'll be shipping in June when we talk about
June is. So we'll have three sensors available in June. We'll have Daisy, which is our fun. I call it a toy. Is our little plant sensor, and then we'll have Echo, which is something that looks like this. This is our turf sensor for consumers.
So this is for outside, you mean?
Yeah, this is for your grass.
Your lawn, I see. That was the problem you were really trying to solve, right?
This is the problem. This is what we started out with. It was deviated, a lower cost and a little higher cost.
How much is that? How much is that guy?
We'll have our professional sensors.
I see. And all three will be ready in June?
Yeah.
And what are the price of each?
Daisy will sell for about $15. Echo, an Echo sensor. So Daisy is, all of our sensors, our consumer electronic sensors, Daisy and Echo, run off of batteries, and the batteries last. Echo, our goal is 5 years. So
no kidding.
This sensor will work in your sprinkler system for 5 years.
Wow.
And it's a retrofit. So basically, what you do is you take one of these and you put it in per zone that you have. And then you connect a little device up either to your sprinkler controller, or to your sprinkler valve, and it adjusts soil moisture.
Now, is that so? How much is the Echo?
Echo go in packages of 4 units for about 120 at Home Depot.
Okay, and is that an app involved with the Echo also, or just the Daisy?
We're kicking that over.
Okay, so
we could add the app to it.
Yeah. So right now it runs your sprinkler system, right?
It turns your dumb timer. So maybe people turn their sprinkler system on as a function of time. And what this does is it takes it and it augments the amount of time. So let's say you water 3 days a week, 15 minutes per day, and this will adjust the amount of time, the amount of watering that you do at each of those 15-minute segments.
Really?
From 0% to 15 minutes.
Wow.
So this is a water saving device.
I see. Wow. Well, that's That sounds very important nowadays. Yeah.
And yeah, in the West Coast here, it's Southwest California.
So now, when I see you're running out of days, so I'll try to get up as fast as possible if we could help at all. And then, but the website I'll put underneath your name would be Daisy Sensor, and you could get to the Kickstarter campaign through there, right?
Let's see. I think the website. You know, right now I'd appreciate if you put up our Kickstarter link.
Okay, now
Kickstarter link.
Let me explain to you that I'm talking about what we put the graphics. You know what I mean?
I see.
So
the company link is digitalspringnet.com.
Okay, you want to do that? See, also think far term, because this will be on for maybe months and years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another reason Kickstarter, you know, that's going to be over in a couple of days. So, so digital, digital, digital spring
net.com. And I'll type that in a Skype message so you get it right.
Okay, so I'll put that underneath your name. Okay, that's cool. So what's wrong with Daisy Sensor? Oh, because Digital Spring is bigger universe, right? Yeah, Daisy's just Daisy's just the toy, as you call it. Man, that's a fun.
Daisy's one of three.
Yeah, but it sounds like a fun thing, you know, to educate kids about growing stuff. I mean, now particularly young people are more into all that. Oh, I lost you. You there again? Oh, Jim, the gods are fighting us.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently unavailable. The person whom you're trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Why is there a British accent? Ah,
Hello again. I apologize for interrupting your
that's
show.
all right. I just felt, oh boy, the gods are against us. You know, when something doesn't start right, you know, you think, oh, wait
You know, the computer crashed and it said loading Microsoft update
oh
number
God, yeah.
54321.
I hate that. Yeah, that's what I hate about Microsoft. Well, let's go and get this done before we screw it up again or something.
Okay.
Let me turn on all these things here. I got it.
So tell me about your gig. How did you get it?
Well, I'm a computer guy way back when, MBA type,
Yeah.
had a software company, and then we got involved mergers and acquisitions, and started a consulting business downtown in Washington, helping Fortune 500 companies get money and help from the government to do things. And I said, God, why doesn't everybody do that instead of the rich folks? Yeah.
Right.
And so I try to start educating, the rest of the people about what's available from the government, whether it's money, help, stuff like that. And wrote about 100 books on that. I lost you, I think.
The person whom you're trying to reach is currently...
I think I figured the problem.
Really? Was it Microsoft again?
No, this is. I think I plugged in the charger, but the plug in the brick.
Oh, I see. Oh, good. That's an easy problem to solve. It wasn't like
It's a heck of a lot easier than raising money.
right. Or then. So, what made you think of using Kickstarter?
You know, a lot of people suggest that I use Kickstarter, and at minimum, to determine if there's a market for my product. One of the problems with my product is that you know, for Daisy anyway,
right,
is a product of this nature is really not on the market today, and I don't think a lot of people
understand. Yeah.
At least in the United States, children have less, right, or people that are very tech savvy, you know, play with their plants. Hopefully, we can change that a little bit and turn it into more of a game for adults for their children, right?
Right.
A game rooted in reality instead of one rooted in fantasy.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought about. I mean, to teach kids about, you know, plant life and whatever, and, you know, that leads to where foods come. I mean, you have now, I mean, at least where I live, they have, you know, schools are starting home gardens at the school, so kids see, you know, that vegetables aren't grown out of Safeway, you know.
Right, and animals and things like that. Yeah, I think if we work real hard and keep the price at the right point, and of course our goal is to try to get below $10. I can't do that until I can spin our own ASIC, right? But you know, I think at $15, I think the product is still provides very good value for what it is.
I think it's incredible. Okay, and for what it does, oh come on, we'll sell some of these things.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I'm an old home shopping guy, you know, but I can't. You know, when I sold my books on home shopping and sold millions of books, and but then they wanted me to be like a pitch man on home shopping. I said, I can't do it for other people. I mean, it's just, and like here, I mean, if you give me money to talk well, I couldn't do that. You know, I mean, I got to be, you know, I think selling comes from the heart, you know, and you have to believe that. Yeah.
Well, it's you know, you've worked hard to build a brand. You've got, everybody knows your brand. Many people know your brand. You've done a very good job at providing a consistent message over various medias over multiple years, and so that's a
nice of you to say. See, you have some gray hair. That's why you know. Yeah,
I got a little bit of it. Whatever's a little bit left.
Right. Okay, let me turn on all these things to make sure. That's my biggest problem as I get older. I forget to do stuff. Yeah. Okay, one more way. Okay, James Canyon and digitalspringnet.com. Right? Okay, good. Well, James Canyon, boy, digitalspringnet.com. And you single-handedly are going to take all my plants in the house and get them off of death row, aren't you?
It's easy.
Right. Man, a $15 product, I just put it in the plant and it tells me when to water it, when to sunshine it, you know, what to do, everything, timing, and God, it's amazing. I don't know how you do it for $15. Plus the technology you were telling me before we went on the air that, God, I mean, people were charging like, it costs $1,000 to get an instrument like this that you're giving out for $15. Man.
Yeah.
And that's because you're a smart engineer, or you just hate to see your garden burn up?
You know, as an engineer, I majored in fields and waves. And one of the first things you do, one of the elementary things you do is you do time domain reflectometry measurements. And you do it the old-fashioned way with something called a slotted line. And if you look at soil moisture today, people have taken that time domain reflectometry measurements and they use it to measure soil.
Oh.
So what we did was we figured out a way to build an inexpensive transducer
Right.
to convert, to be able to make that time domain reflectometry measurement very inexpensively. And that's the heart of our patent. We have a patent on it.
Wow.
And that's what's inside our products.
So in other words, the only people that had something like this, so people in a big ag business or something like that, that had something like that. So you're giving it to the average person on the street so they can plants longer, save a whole bunch of money, you know, instead of buying new plants all the time.
So today, if you go to the store and for $15, you can buy a resistivity sensor. A resistivity sensor takes 2 wires, sticks it in the ground, and measures resistance between those wires. If you move it, the resistivity goes all over the place. But it's a toy, it's inexpensive, so nobody cares. What we're doing here, our goal here is to provide very high quality sensing for a very good price. And one of the major differences between our product and other products is that our product is self-calibrating. So what we do is before we take a measurement, we actually calibrate the sensor in the soil that you've got, and that alone separates us quite.
So you have a professional product that you're able to get down to $15. It sounds like a toy, but it's not, and it's real. But more importantly, it seems like, you know, a family could start teaching their children about the growth of plants or anything else that is important in our life, you know, and so they don't have to, you know, think about vegetables only coming from Safeway.
You know, when I have 3 children, and as I raise my children, you know, there are the children like the tablets today, right? They're all, you see them, they're infants and they're playing with their tablets. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to have a game rooted in reality? You know, children of a young age can't tell the difference between imaginary and real. But wouldn't it be great to have a game like the Daisy app, where you could get a plant, you put the sensor in the plant, and now the plant can talk to you and tell you if it has enough water, if it has enough light, if it's too hot or too cold. And this is something that's tangible, that children can play with, and we think provides lots of value.
Well, but you haven't. I mean, you said what if, but the what if is today, and you're going to be shipping. You're going to be shipping these things in a month or 2, so people can have them. You know, and that's what's cool. I mean, the future is here, just for certain people that know about it.
Right. So this is a new category device. It's very simple to operate. It has no on-off switch. You download the app, you stick the thing in the soil, and the device will automatically.
So kids could talk to the plant, or actually the plant's talking to the kids, right?
And the plant's talking to the kids, but at least you get a little bit of feedback.
Right. Yeah. And Disney is not involved in this at all. Not some cartoon plant. It's a real plant telling it's thirsty. I mean, what a way to learn. I mean, that's what's
it. Points you get to share on Facebook. Right. We believe we're trying to pack a lot of value into a good quality product.
Well, it is. I mean, it's fun, but it's, as you say, based in reality and learn. I mean, I'm a city kid. I don't know about anything. I know plants. We got plants around here, and I just go around every couple of months, get rid of the brown ones and put new green ones in. Yeah, and I won't have to do that anymore. For $15, I suck this thing in, look at my app, and it's screaming for water, and the problem solved.
But then, you know. One of the key things about our app is we have an internal Wikipedia page. We call it our plant wiki. And our plant wiki, let's say you decide that you want to grow a vegetable garden, or maybe you want to grow some spices. Some of these spice plants are difficult to grow.
Oh, they're pain.
And so you say you want to look up, so you want to grow cilantro. When you look at the plant, when you type in the device, when you type the plant type of the device that you want to put your sensor in, the plant wiki will come up and says, this is cilantro. You can't overwater it, not even once, because you'll kill the plant. So you get all these great warnings inside the app, which will help you help improve your your chance of.
So I don't have to call the County Cooperative Extension Service or anything like that to find this out. There goes my government program I'm talking about. They're out of business now because of your app. But you also have another product. By the way, your Kickstarter campaign only has a week or two left. So people, if they're interested, it's read to see it now. And what's neat about I think your Kickstarter page is the video. I mean, to go on and just see the video and the clever cartoons you have. For an engineer, you did real good. So
Thank you. I had some help with it.
But you have another product for people to keep their lawns watered, and that's what got you in this business, wasn't it?
It is. So our product. So this is the Daisy. This is Echo, and Echo is a sensor for your lawn. And although we don't have a Kickstarter on Echo today, we may bring one on later on in the year. But so Echo is a device you put in your lawn, and you put in one per zone, and it measures your soil moisture in your lawn, and it connects up to your existing sprinkler system. Our goal is to half your water consumption.
Right.
So if you're paying the rates that we pay here for water in San Diego, then you'll save $100 about every quarter.
Wow.
On average.
Well, that's going to more than pay for that. And that's available on digitalspring.net or digitalspringnet.com. And then only the Daisy is on Kickstarter, but through digitalspringnet.com, you could get to the Kickstarter program or find out about all the programs, and that's available. And it's wonderful. It's nice that you got out of, what were you doing, like telecommunications or something like that? And you get out and start worrying about your lawn, and now you use your smarts and intelligence for us to live greener and cheaper and save water. That's the next oil, I think, is water.
You know, water is a finite resource.
Yeah.
Most of the water has salt in it, and it's very difficult for us to use. But fresh water is, here in the southwestern United States, we're in a drought right now.
Yeah.
And the different states, they kind of fight over water, and even intrastate, within California, there are people.
Yeah, no, I think it's no more land.
Valley.
No more land grab.
If you look at the Central Valley, it's barren there.
Really,
right?
wow. Yeah, no, and that's why, to me, what you're doing too is a step towards solving that problem, which seems even more important. But the other one sounds more fun with Daisy. Well, thank you so much, James. Wonderful to have you, and thanks for being there and focusing your resources, trying to help the rest of us. You go to digitalspringnet.com. That will take you to Kickstarter or anything else you want to know about saving green plants or saving your lawn or anything to do with that. Thank you again, Jim.
Thank you, Matthew. It was good talking with you.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn all these off. Great. Well, give me, shoot you a note that it's on YouTube. And,
okay, very
and
good.
Do anything you want with it.
I'm going to update my page. I'm going to add some more pictures and things like that, and really appreciate your time and your help.
My pleasure. Okay, I'll be here if you need something, James. Okay.
Thanks, Matthew.
All right, take care, man. Hard to get excited about a sensor. But a $15 thing, I mean, that's sort of cool. I mean, what's amazing to me, everybody in their own little world, really thinks they're saving the world, just like you and I are about our own little thing. And that's what's so neat about talking to you. Pardon me? Right, exactly, yeah. Let's keep trying. Well, let's see. I wonder how this went. I guess I'll stop this now. Bye. Now, see, what I do is I have a camera on me, an HD camera. I got the video from Skype, and I put them together, and I got another audio backup over here, and put it together, and it'll be up on YouTube, and I guess within 7 days. That's what I promised them, right?